surprised Richard Lawler, and he was in Source County, Dublin, and he wanted to find out about fish because he goes fishing in County Wexford with his granddad. So we brought him off to Wales to SeaWorld, and this is what he found out.
Holyhead Radio, Stella Seeley. Yes, good morning to you. Departed Dunleary, 09:30.
3 weeks to sail her up.
Our arrival time in Holyhead will be 11:20.
All the way around the top of Australia.
Hello, Richard. Welcome to the Sea Zoo.
Hold everything! This is Charlie Bird hijacking another camera crew. What's your name?
Richard.
And what's happening here, Richard?
I'm finding out the works about fish.
There you have it. He's finding out the works about fish. This is Charlie Bird here before the news even happens, and it's time for my tea break.
Come into the zoo and we'll see some fish. Never mind about him.
What sort of fish are in here?
Right, I'm glad you asked me that, because this is the biggest tank in the zoo, and it's quite hard to have labels everywhere to tell people what they are. I want people to have a sense of wonder when they come into this big window and see these fish, but it's important to know what they are. There are about half a dozen kinds in here, and they're ones that we'd find swimming around Anglesey and in the Irish Sea. And if we just wait, we'll be able to point them out. The main kinds are sea bass, and there's a big sea bass swimming in front of us there. And he'll be about 30 years old, or she. And then we've got pollock, and you can see a pollock, its bottom jaw sticks out like a jutting chin. And so those are the two most common ones here. There are a few cod in here, and you can tell a cod because it's got a little whisker under its chin. And then there's little ones which are wrasse swimming down there. And the round ones, that's a bream, which is only here in the summers. Here's a cod coming towards us. Can you see the little whisker under his chin?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what goes to be fish fingers.
Did you ever get bitten by a shark?
Not yet, but then I haven't found a really big shark yet. So one day I would like to get to know sharks better, but I think that we're more dangerous to sharks than they are to us.
Have you got any rare fish in the aquarium?
We have, and we've got some fish they're called Victoria cichlids, and there's only 40 left in the whole world. And we've got, I think it's 7 of them. So we're trying to get them to breed and make more, but at the moment we've got 1 mummy fish and 5 or 6 daddies, and she doesn't like any of them, so they haven't had any babies yet. This is a female lobster. It's about 10 years old. And do you know, it's got no bones inside it. Its bones are actually on the outside. It's that shell. And if you touch that shell, you'll see how hard it is. We breed them at the Sea Zoo because there aren't that many lobsters left in the Irish Sea. And I've just got, there's a young one here. Let's have a look at, there's a baby one that's still between 1 and 2 years old. And you see the contrast, that that's 1 or 2 years old. It's going to take 10 years before it gets to that size. And we've got to feed them every day and look after them. And we put back a few hundred in the sea just round where we are.
How do you catch the eels?
That's a good question, because can you imagine trying to pick up an eel that's as long as you are, and it's slimy and slippery, and it's got teeth at one end and nothing to hold on to at the other end? What we use is a long pipe, and we put some bait, which is usually squid, in the middle of the pipe, and then we've got a diver, and you wait till the conger eel swims in, and then you put a cap on each end of the pipe. And the conger eel's safe inside, he can't get out, he can't bite you, and you then just lift it out of the water.
What's in there?
I can't show you what's in there.
Why?
Well, there's one tank in every zoo where
What's the story? What's the story? This is Charlie Bird. Richard, what's the problem?
You won't let me see in the tank.
Won't let you see in the tank. That's despicable. Why? Is there something horrible in there? Something gruesome? Something horrible?
I can't show you.
We've a right to know. Show us. Show us. The cameras demand to know.
If you'll take the responsibility, I'll show you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay.
Keep an eye on this.
Let's see what's behind.
Here I am, inside at the wave-crashing pool. In this pool, we've got some remarkable little fishies that like to swim in turbulent waters. This simulates the coastline, where day in, day out, waves pound in and they bash against the rocks, and these fish love it. It's like a holiday camp for them. Ha ha! You thought I'd get caught, but I didn't. This is Charlie.